Hello everyone, welcome back to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today's video will be on a Kropki Pairs Little Killer Hybrid Sudoku created by Akash Doulani for his book World of Sudoku Volume 10. You can see how much a prolific author Akash is. It's already Volume 10 and these are all excellent creations. And the reason for covering this variant is because it is the highest pointer in round 2 of the upcoming Indian Sudoku Championship, which I'll be taking part in. So it's going to happen in a day's time. So I thought it would be nice to cover a video on the highest pointer from the contest. And this Sudoku is number 9 from the Kropki Pairs Little Hybrid Sudoku list. So do check out his book. It's World of Sudoku Volume 10. It's in Amazon. If you want to buy, you can buy that book. It's an excellent book. All combo variants, each having 2 different variants in it. So with that, we'll have a look at the rules of the Sudoku. Place a digit from 1 to 9. Obviously, the classic rules. Each row, each column and 3 by 3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. And then you have variant rules. Digits separated by a white dot or consecutive, meaning they differ by 1. So you can have, for example, a 5 here and a 6 here. And digits staying between 1 and 2 can be either white or black. Okay, so for example, you can even put a 1 and 2 here. The digits between 1 and 2, because before that I missed one sentence. Digits separated by a black dot or in the 1:2 ratio. So if you divide one of the digits by 2, you will get the other digit. For example, this can be 4 and 8, or this can be 6 and 3, right? 1:2 ratio. And now the dot staying between 1 and 2 can be either white or black, because if you divide 2 by 2, you get a 1, and 1 and 2 are also consecutive. So the dot between 1 and 2 can be either white or black. Not all dots are given, which means you can, for example, have a 4 and 8 without a black dot between them, or a 4 and 5 without a white dot between them. There is no vice versa rule. Numbers with arrows outside the grid indicate the sum of the digits appearing in the cells in the corresponding direction. So for example, if you consider this 12 pointing towards the, what direction is this? North westerly direction. Am I right? This side is West Bengal, East. Yeah, it is northwesterly direction. So this direction, if you add these cells, you get a 12. And similarly, if you add these 3 cells, you get a 19. And digits may repeat in the direction of the arrow, provided they don't violate Sudoku rules. So these are the rules. This is an excellent Sudoku. And by the way, I forgot to add one point. All the Sudokus in this book are tested by a French top solver by the name of Edouard Lebeau. And his time on the Sudoku is 21 minutes. So that gives you a rough idea about the difficulty of the Sudoku. It's not a very easy one. There's some tricky steps here. So hopefully we can get through this Sudoku. Let's start the Sudoku now. My eyes are immediately drawn towards these black dots in boxes 1 and 9. So none of these black dots can take 5, 7, 9, right? Let's put them in, because if you have a 5, 7 or 9 anywhere here, you need to have a 10, 14 and an 18 to satisfy the 1:2 ratio. So that instantly puts the 5, 7, 9 here. Now let's think a bit. You have 11 in the northeasterly direction pointing towards these 2 cells, adding up to 11. It cannot be 2 plus 9, it cannot be 4 plus 7, it cannot be 5 plus 6. The only option is 3 and 8. So that consequently gives 3 has to take a 6 and 8 has to take a 4, and it can be either way. So which means this will be 1 and 2. That's excellent. So can we do something here? Let's see. 1 and 9. These 2 cells add up to 1 and 9. It cannot be 2, 7, 4, 5. It's 1, 8 or 3, 6. Okay. 3, 6 is ruled out, because if you have a 3, 6 here, for the 6 you must have a 3 again, right? Because to satisfy the black dot, you must take another 3, which is not possible. So 1, 8 is the correct option, and 1 must have a 2, 8 must have a 4. 1, 2, 4, 8, 5, 7, 9. This would be a 3 and a 6. right? So the easy steps seem to have vanished. 9, you have a 9 here. You cannot have a 9 in this cell, because if you have a 9 here, a 9 plus 6 is already 15, and a 9 plus 3 will need another 3 to get to 15. Not possible. I was looking at the 15 clue pointing in the southwesterly direction. How do I, without thinking, put this arrow? So you can't have a 9 here. It's 5 or a 7. That's excellent. Can we eliminate it further? 3 will require 3 cannot be in this cell, because if you have 3 here, you must add up to 12 from these two cells, and that is not possible, because a 5 7 will require another 5 7. So that means this is a 6 and that is a 3. Excellent. So these two cells must add up to 9, which can be 5 4 or 7 2. Okay, so let's move on. There is no activity here. This seems interesting, although there are no digits. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this area, guys. 47 clue. 47 is quite huge. Now the maximum sum along these 6 cells would be 789 here and 789 here, which is already 48. So we need to go 1 below, so which means the degree of freedom is exactly 1. So this will be a 789 and this will be a 689, or this will be 689 and this will be 789. There is no other option, and in both the cases we have an 89 here and an 89 here. Excellent. And I can't have 9 here now, because 8 is in this diagonal, and 9 here will force an 8 here. Not possible. And then, okay, 9 is not here, because 9 plus 4 is already 13. Let's remove the 9. And now this is odd, this is even, and I cannot have an odd here, right? Because if you have 2 odds and 1 even, then you will add up to an even digit, right? 2 odds and 1 even will add up to an even digit. So this cannot be odd, this is even. 2, this is 1, and I need 11 from here, which can be 5 6 or 7 4. Both are possible, right? So I'm looking at this 11 clue now pointing along this direction, which means 9 cannot be here. 9 plus 1 is 10, and you have 2 more cells. So this is not a 9, and which means 5 7 gives a 9 here. That removes 9 from here, 9 from here. Okay, 9 is now has only one option in these 3 cells. 9 has to be here. Excellent. And that puts 9 by Sudoku into these 3 cells, which gives 8 in these 3 cells because of the consecutive thing. And that looks at this 8, which means this is an 8. Excellent. And so this would be a 7 or a 9, and you have a 9 here, so which means this is a 7. Excellent. And now this cannot be 789 anymore. We saw at the start that one has to be a 789 and the other has to be a 689 in order to add up to 47. So this is 689 and this is 7 8 and 9. Let's put that in. Can't have 9 here. 7 8 and 9. Excellent. Now I'm looking at this black dot, which is kind of restricted very much because of the 8 and the 6 here. So it cannot be 3 6 or 4 8. It can be 1 2 and 2 4. So 2 is in these cells. And it would be a 1 2 and 4. That is nice. What do I do now? I'm looking at this 10 clue. If I have 9 here, this is 1, which is fine. Ah, 5 7, which means this is 8. Should have put this some time back. So that's 7 and 9. Can we make use of this 11, guys? This is 7 plus 1, 8. Then these two cells will take 3, 1 and 2. So which means this is 1 and this is 2. Which is possible. Oh, 1 is in tearing down these three cells. So 1 cannot be here and 1 cannot be here because that would require a 2 here. But 2 is already here. So that puts a 1 here, which removes the 1 from this cell. This would be 2 or a 4. That is interesting. And I hope I can get through. There is an 8 here. This can be resolved, right? 8 and 3. So that gives 4 and 6. Excellent. And that 4 looks at this cell. This is 2, which means this will be a 1 or a 4. Very good. So 2 and 2. So that gives 2 in these 3 cells. And 2 must require a 1 or a 3, but 1 goes here. So this would be a 3. Now you have a 3 here, so this is not a 3, which means this is not a 2. So that is interesting. 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8. Okay. Oh, I can't have 2 here because then this cell would be 8, right? Because of the 10 clue pointing downward. You know, what is this direction? Southeasterly direction. Is that right? Yeah, southeasterly direction. So this is not a 2. Okay. That's nice. 3, 4, and 5. Let me think. If this is 1, then you have a 17 clue in these 3 cells. So 16 more, which would be 7 and 9. And 7, 9 is ruled out. So this is not a 1. Interesting. So slowly I'm getting some progress here. I have a 1 looking at these 2 cells, 1 looking at these 2 cells. So which means 1 must be in these 3 cells. I shouldn't say looking at these 2 cells. There is a 1 here and there is a 1 here. The 1 must be here. That's not much. Okay, 6, 6. So 6 goes in these 3 cells. Interesting. Okay, 13 here. So 2 plus 6 is 8 and 8 plus 5 is 13. So which means this is 7. Okay, so 7, 7. Okay, I get my triplet here. So 1, 6 and 7 are occupied here. Let's remove these digits. So 1, 6 and 7. And which means for the 10 clue, this must be a 9, 4 or 3. Right? And I can't have 3 here. So which means this is not 7. That is nice. Now a 3 can go only with a 2, right? Because we already saw that. Because 2 is in these 3 cells and 2 is not here. Okay, this must be the 2, 3, right? 2 is in one of these 3 cells, which means 3 is in one of these 3 cells. So this cannot be 2, 3. This cannot be a 2. So this is a 2, which means this is a 3. And that 2 is looking at this cell, 4, 2. Which gives 8 and 1 because of the black dot, and that is not a 1, 6 and 7. That's very nice. So let's move on. This is not a 6. So 4, 5, 8 and 9. 17 clue. This cannot be a 1 because then the 17 will fall well short. That's 7. That is 6 and this is 1, which gives a 9 here. 8 here. This will be 4 and 5. Excellent. So 5, 7 in these 3 cells. So this has to be a 9. This is a 5, 7. 3, 6, 9, 4, 5, 7. So this is 1, 2, and 8. Okay, 1, 6, 7, 9, 2, 4, 5, 8. This is 3. So this will be 1, 4, 5 for the box. What now? Let me see the sharpest way to continue. Okay, this is an easy area, right? It is dead like a duck. So 1, 2, 7 is 10. This has to be a 1. That is not a 1. This looks juicy. 9 plus 3 is 12. I need 8 more from these 2 cells. So which means this is 4 and 4 or 5 and 3. Okay. This guy has to be 15. So this is 5 and this is 7. So this will be 5, 6, 9 for the row. This would be 3, 4 and 7. I think we have tidied up the bottom rows and the first 3 columns really well. think it's time to look at somewhere here maybe, because this 24 is nothing along the 24, so there has to be something here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 is not here, so 1 2 3 4 is going in these white dots, and which is nice because 1 is very restrictive. I can't have 1 here by classic. I can have a 1 here, but 1 will go with a 2, and 2 is here, so which means this is 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 would be going together now. It can't be 3 4, this would be 3 4. And now for the 12 clue, this is 9 or 8. Interesting. Okay. Beautiful Sudoku, guys. Look at the creation, really very interesting. Right, this cannot be a 3 because then these two cells will be 7 and 9 for the 19 clue, pointing towards the northeasterly direction, northwesterly direction. Okay, 7 and 9 is here. That is a 4, that is a 3. These add up to 15 now. 6 and 9 or 7 and 8. So this is 6 8 and this is 7 9. And now a 5 cannot be here. 5 is here. This is a 6 or 8. 6 8 6 8. So this is not 8. That's 9. 7 9 gives a 7 here, a 9 here. This will be a 6 or 8. 8, so that's a 2, which means this black dot is very restrictive. I was waiting for this to get active, so this would be 3 6 and a 3 is here, so that is a 6 and that is a 3, which gives a 4 here. And now I know this 20 clue is dead. This has to be 4, this is 5, this has to be 4, right? 12 4 4, yeah, so that's 4, that is 1 and that is 5. Okay, all the digits in the columns 1 2 and 3 are done now. And now 1 is here, so that's 2, that's 1. This is 19, right? These three cells, so that is 8. This is 6, this is 6. Beautiful, guys, gorgeous to solve. 1 2 8 5 7 9. This is 3 4 6, and that gives 3 here by Sudoku. This is 3, that is 6, that is 4, and this has to be a 5. This will be 2 8 and this will be 1 7 9. Now it's, I think, a breeze to the end of the solve. 1 7 and 1 and 7. Maybe we can use some little bit of little killer part here. 10 and 6 16, so these will add up to 8, so obviously 9 is ruled out. So 5 3 or 6 2. 6 2 is ruled out. So 5 and 3. This is 6 and 9. This is a 7. This is a 1 8. 6 gives a 9 here, a 6 here. 5 and 7 are the missing cells here. It's a 7. That's a 5. 1 5 6 8 9 2 3 7. So this is 4, and this would be 2 3 for the box. 3 is here, so that's a 3, that's a 2. Okay, look at row 5. Where does the 2 go? 2 goes here. So this is 1 or a 9, which means this cannot be 1 because that would put a 2 here. 9 8 1 7 9 8 2 2 8 9 3 6 7. So this is 1. This 4 5 goes here, which means this is 4, this is 5, and this is 1, and this is 8. And with that, we have completed this wonderful Sudoku by Akash. Really, it was such a pleasure to solve the Sudoku, and hopefully this was a good practice for all the participants whom we are going to see in the Indian Sudoku Championship. And for rest of you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Please do remember to hit the thumbs up button, and do remember to subscribe to the channel. Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. We'll see you soon. Until then, take care and bye-bye.